Hi, this is Abby with Crafty Corner, and I'm here with Bonnie at Art Impressions. Hi, Bonnie.
Hi, Abby.
And we're going to do a she's going to do a short demonstration of their watercolor markers for us.
You are going to love this. This is kind of like, this is watercolor, but it's using rubber stamps and markers, and really all you need are water-based markers, a brush and water, and of course Art Impression stamps. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this rubber stamp. This is a little container. It's a little watering can, and actually it doesn't matter what container you pick up in the line because they all kind of work the same way. And I'm just going to color the back of the stamp with the watercolor marker.
So you don't even need ink?
No, you're just using the marker only. And I'm stamping on watercolor paper. That's really important, not cardstock, watercolor paper. And I'm just taking a brush and water, pinching off the excess, and I'm pulling the color out of the lines. So you don't want to get too much water on here, but this is what gives it that watercolor look. So I'm sort of stamping on the watercolor paper, then I'm bringing the color back out again. Okay?
I have never seen anything like this.
This is so much fun. This is for people who are not artists, who want to be artists and want to be watercolorists, but this is like the stress-free watercolor. So now I've got the little container done. I'm going to take any one of our foliages and do the same thing again. I'm just going to color the back. This is a little leaf. And because I'm using stamps, I can just ink the part of the stamp that I want to use. And it doesn't matter how I get this into the container because I'm just going to use a brush and water and I'm just going to smear it up again. So I'm just going to dab at it.
And the colors come out beautifully. Even though it looks darker, you can get any kind of tones. The more water, it lightens it up,
Exactly.
correct?
Exactly. It kind of softens all the harsh lines, and that's why this technique is foolproof because you can't really make a mistake. You're just softening all the lines. So now we can add, maybe we'll add a vine. This is a little vine. And these are all made to scale, so it doesn't matter what you pick up. It's going to work great in this little container. And again, I'm just going to stamp and add water. That's all there is to it. And now I can add something bright in there. This is a little bleeding heart. And again, I'm just going to use part of it because it's a rubber stamp, so I only want to use 1/2. So I'm coloring the flowers, and then I'm just going to color the vine.
So you can combine them and they kind of work together.
They do. They're all made to work together. Exactly.
Do you have separate watercolor lines that come in groups of colors that work together?
Yes, we have sets. These things are all in sets. They're kind of like a collection. And people buy these, you know, they start with the essentials, which are the little flowers and foliages, and then they kind of go on from there. And we now put these out in project series. So we come out with new stamps and new ideas, you know, at most of the time at every show, and they build on what they have. So they start with their little flowers and foliages and kind of build from there.
Very pretty.
We're almost finished. These things are done in like 5 minutes. Add something tall in the background, maybe another flower like this one. This is a little salvia.
Sometimes they look, you can almost combine with just the stamp too, even if you don't put watercolor in. If you do some with watercolor, some without, it's really nice.
Exactly. Sometimes people like a little more definition, and so they like to leave it without the water. So you don't necessarily have to add the water every time. Like, see these little tiny flowers? You know, it might be kind of neat to just leave them plain. But you couldn't tell this was stamping.
No, it's beautiful.
It's cool, isn't it? That's why I say it's for people who are not artists, because it takes nothing to do this, and done in 5 minutes.
Can you combine the watercolors on the stamp together? They just run right into each other, so you can use multiple colors on one stamp?
You could, absolutely, because when you stamp it on the watercolor paper, it sits on top until you add the water. So as soon as you add the water, then the color kind of comes out. You see, almost finished with this. Just add a little bit of water. Brush this on, and you can even put a few little, let's try this darker one here, a few of these little flowers down here on the bottom. And again, the nice thing about the stamp is that you can color just the little areas that you want to. So most of the time I just pick small areas of the stamp and just leave it at that. We can add a little bit of an embellishment, you know, maybe some highlights on here. Always sign your work. And there you have it.
It's beautiful. Thank you so much for
done in 5 minutes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing this with us.
Welcome. Thanks for stopping by.
Yes, again, we're at Art Impressions, and this is our final project. Hope you guys all enjoyed. Thanks for joining us at Crafty Corner.